First stop, southwest of England, which has been under a red alert all night, still struggling with terribly bad conditions. So we are going to the West Country now, and passengers in Devon stuck in a train for 12 hours overnight, and Hampshire, large areas are still
bad there.
Yellow alert and all these sort of things. Anyway, to cut a very long story short, we are going now to West Country weather presenter Kate Haskell. Now, Katie, you would normally be out and about reporting on all of this for viewers to West Country TV, but the problem today is...
well, guess what? I'm snowed in. Well, iced in this morning. But you know what? Compared to what others have been through in the last 24 hours, it's nothing. I mean, what a few hours it has been. We've been prepared for this. Yes, we've had the warnings, the red warnings, the amber warnings. But here in the West Country, well, yes, we do get snow over the higher ground and over the moors, but very rarely at sea level. And the beaches were white yesterday, absolutely covered. Now, travel disruption, well, travel non-existent, actually. As you know, the planes and trains cancelled, 100 people trapped on a train in Dorset, buses abandoned at the side of the road where people have just had to get out and walk, and then people stranded in their cars overnight with freezing temperatures, very little supplies, and of course, and also quite little information as well, some people have been saying. Sadly, it seems across the UK there's been 10 fatalities over the last 24 hours, including a 7-year-old girl in Cornwall. So now, the military have been called in to help now and rescue people from their cars, particularly in Hampshire. A lot of A-roads, motorways have been shut down here. But I have to say, here in Sholden, where it was sort of relatively cut off, things are beginning to move a little bit now. But our big problem today is freezing rain. It's really turned everything into a massive ice rink. I've seen 4x4s trying to get through, but they're just sliding all over the place. And people walking about as well, really struggling. You're just falling over. It is so treacherous outside today. Now, add to that, I'm afraid with my weather hat on, we've got these severe gale force winds as well, these easterly winds. Now, just up the road from here, a few miles up the road, is Dawlish. Now, some of you may remember that 4 years ago, the Dawlish railway line was completely destroyed, and that was because of severe easterly gales. And they've really taken a bashing the last few hours, particularly at high tide, which was 6 o'clock last night and 6 o'clock this morning. So we're really keeping an eye on that as well. But there are lighter moments to this as well. Obviously, a lot of schools have been shut, which the kids are delighted about, of course. There's been a bit of sledging going on, and I believe there were some school children trapped in a McDonald's Columpton last night, and I'm sure they can think of worse places to be stranded.
Lovely.
What about you? What about you, Kate? Are you doing a bit of sledging yourself? Have you got a day off, kind of?
I haven't got a day off. I will be reporting for ITV West Country later. I'm not sure how yet, but I will.
Yeah.
You're doing very well for us.
When you talk about freezing rain, and I often hear forecasters talk about this, what do you mean? You mean water that hits the ground and turns to ice? Is that what you mean?
Exactly that. I mean, we had a lot of rain last night, and you could see it freezing on the window as it hit. And it's exactly that. As it falls, it freezes. And it has just turned everything into an ice rink today.
Is that your back garden you're in?
Yeah, well, yeah, some of it, yeah. The front back garden going down onto the road, yeah. So
okay.
I can't get my car out at the moment, sadly.
OK, well, thank you. Above and beyond the call of duty, Kate. Thanks, really appreciate that.